So in the last one, we got pretty far into Course 8 after finishing Course 7, so I think we're probably going to be able to beat it. Oh, Kirby's lives are at the bottom there, are too. I wonder if you could, like, play the earlier ones and grind up lives. I kind of remember doing that, now that I think about it. I thought about it at the beginning of the series, you know, because the lives are right down there, but, never really thought about it again. Okay, so let's see if we can do this with a little more success. If I put less power into that, then I think... maybe we should... Oh, that's not going to work. What if we put top spin into it? Okay, that might be able to get something done if we don't put in too much power. Oh, never mind. At least we had lots of fun getting down to the bottom. We'll waste less time since we weren't able to do this last time. We spent all our time trying to get to this guy over here when we were on that side, so at least we won't waste as much time and consequently life. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, let's just do a little push then. At least that was enough to get us down here. Now I'm a little concerned. Uh-oh. Oh, we got him. Well, so much for not wasting life. What? Guess I shouldn't be surprised. Ooh. Okay, whatever. I think we have we're ending this with less life than we might have. What? What? Oh! Oh! Anyway, I think it's because we hit this guy on the way down and we didn't hit any the first time, so we were able to resupply a lot more easily in the past. I guess that's a good enough way of putting it. So yeah, we're at even though we have fewer shots from last time, because it was 10 earlier, we're at a bigger disadvantage, I do believe. Oh no. Aw. Just barely not enough. least it was enough to make me go ooh and ah. Man, this would give you 2. Okay, let's see if we can make up for it in the next one. All things considered, I think my score is considerably less. Oh, wait a second, I remember this. If I hit Gordo, I would have died. Of course, that might have been because Gordo takes 2 health instead of just 1. Uh-oh. Well, that makes things hard, but not impossible. Maybe it is impossible. Impossible. I don't see this working. Uh-oh. Oh, fiddlesticks! Oh, fiddlesticks! Well, that's certainly creative, but I don't think it's going to end well for us. So much for not having troubles. Uh-oh. Kirby, we gotta... Oh, wait, maybe you're out of his sight. Whew. And we're still out of the line of his, attack. So that's nice. Oh, wait a second. Whoops. That'll probably be fine because we won't get a perfect shot. Oh, or we will. Womp womp. Can we make it 4 whole holes on 1 life and 1 health bar? I don't know. Well, we're off to a pretty good start. All things considered. Can we do it? Doesn't seem likely. I should have used my logo instead of the, instead of my initials. Well, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, and that's not with any spin. I wonder if I could have used those walls there to push off of, like, to gain some momentum, because maybe the tornado works like that. Oops. Well, let's go for the trick shot. Boom! Three holes. I don't know. Okay, what did I do last time? It was like this, wasn't it? That was, not quite how I wanted it to go, but maybe this would actually be better if we can get the right amount of height, that is. And then we can land in this, not the hotel, but that would be hard to land in if we're going to be this high up. I think maybe I would do it the original way after all. Ah. How'd that happen? Could have sworn I was on track. Okay, 2 more holes. Can we do it on 0 lives since, like, hole 3 or whatever it was? Okay, what did we do last time? Do I want to be frozen, and then when we jump across here, if that actually works, we'll land in the lake, and then that'll push us across to the warp, which will just put us back here again, so we don't want to do that. We want to land on the warp and just go forth. Whoops. I thought if you were the UFO, you'd still land. You wouldn't turn into the next being. I was talking about doing the warps, and then I realized I was still the UFO could move a lot further, so I improvised. Let's just go for it. I don't care. Woo! So like I said before, since we missed all those, we'll have plenty of chances to hit it again. I mean, we'll have lots of opportunities to heal up at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, let's go for it. Oh well. That does make things a little tricky, though. But I suppose if I can... It would be better to just get up the hill this way. Than trying to fall into it, which is definitely doable. It's just, well, now that I put in way too much power for that to be useful. Maybe we should just go for the warp. Whoops. Okay. Four breaths already. Oh, good. Okay, I guess I should have done that to begin with. Ah. Oh well. I think I put too much power into that. Last time we got 8, and then the one before that it was 10. Now it's right between those two. I wonder how realistically, like, what they expect you to get. What? It's about perfect. Well, that started really poorly, but it ended pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's put some more thought into this one again. That looks okay. Huh. All things considered, that's okay too. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay. Eh. I think we're in a better position we were in before. We were better than we were before, but I could be wrong. I was wrong. This'll be enough though, right? Because we're past that... Man, we're probably not past the green. But at least we made it. The tricky thing about this game is, sometimes you might want to take the hit, because if you die in the middle of a stage where you need a power-up, like, if I wasn't going to hit this guy and it will be enough to get up here, then, oops. But we needed him to get up here, and I died after acquiring him, then we'd lose that power. And that comes with a whole new set of problems, you know? Oops. That was like the first time I've ever done that too early. At least when it was like extremely intuitive, like one of these. Maybe sometimes when it's slanted. But that one should have been easy. So that's what I mean, it was like the first time I really messed it up, rather than it just being too hard. But we do have plenty of lives. And we didn't have that advantage before. Do I want to use this in the air? Might be okay. I will say the tutorial did tip me off to using this, some of these powers, though. Like, I wouldn't have thought to have done the tornado so early, and that ended splendidly for this hole. So that was actually quite fantastic, if I do say so myself. Now let's see if we can get this one pretty well. Oops. Oh, fiddlesticks. Although, it's probably not impossible. didn't end quite well. I mean, it's worse than we've ever been before, but I think it was a reasonable recovery. Obviously, the speed of the UFO is dependent on... it's dependent on how you say... how fast you're going, just in your ball form. Oops, I forgot about that. I just forgot I needed to turn in order to make that a good shot. Oh well. That's where we died the first time, now that I think about it. Oh, we go all the way over here. That works. I suppose ending with this power is good. Oh man, that curves a lot more than I thought it would. Okay, last hole. We have plenty of lives. I think we're at full. Yeah, I think yeah, this was in the tutorial. So I kind of know what to do here. Hold on. Okay. Oops. Should have used the power. Oh, I didn't know that took you all the way down. I thought you'd keep rolling. Okay. Well, let's just see where we go with this. Not quite what I intended. I think we're almost done. Boom. Now, unless there's a secret level, that's the end of the game. That's the game! 38. That's impressive. Very impressive. Man, they were expecting us to get 22. I guess I did take way too many turns in the last one, and certainly in the first one, too. So let's say if I cut it down by 10, I'd still be at 28. Not the, well, the worst score, but at least I matched with the worst score. So that's something. Aha, there is a secret level. It's Wizard D-to-D. Is it like a boss fight, or, do we still do a bunch of holes? Looks like a boss fight. So what do we do? It's Mecha D-to-D. Or D-to-D. Oh, wow. I don't know what to do here. Okay. Is there more fights? Unless we're gonna fight the credits. What's he making there? It's not the Little Dipper. It's a hammer? Day-to-day's hammer. Well, I guess that's Kirby, not Superstar. There are definitely a lot of stars, though. Oh, the tomato. Dream Course. I'm almost surprised they had credits, though. I mean, it almost seemed like they weren't even caring that much about... I don't mean not caring about the single-player part, but I don't know how to describe it exactly. I'm just surprised there's credits for some reason. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised, like, when we first started playing this game a long time, several years ago, when we got it from the store, but right now it just seems like it's much more focused on the multiplayer to the point that they're not even going to have credits specifically at the end of the single player, like, they just have them someplace else. But I guess they didn't do games like that. They didn't just give you the option to play the credits. Now when they design games, they don't put the credits at the end of the single player, or if they do, they make it skippable, and then you can just play the credits whenever you want, even if you haven't played the game or beaten the game. At least for a lot of games, anyway. I guess I shouldn't say, give too big of a general statement. What's he making now? It's very single-shaped. That's not quite the word. Uniform. Oh. Hirosiyama Utsi. Oh, and it's during the Kirby's Dreamland little jingle at the end. That dun 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 dun. So yeah, that was really fun. Like, just kind of developing your strategies as you just get better at the game, and it forces you to do things differently. I don't know. Just pressing start or the A button doing anything. Weird final boss, though. Like, how is that even a fight? Like, if we had been hit by those little ones, or if he had hit us, would we have taken damage, or would we have died immediately? That was kind of bizarre. And it's like the Cat final boss in Sonic Adventure. It's like, does that even count as a fight? You just hit a button and it wins. Anyway, this is obviously a SNES game because you don't hit the button and it moves on to the next screen. It says end. I'm going to reset the system and see. I mean, I assume it saves the score, but because otherwise it would be kind of weird. Okay, it has all the way up to 8 there. Okay, so it does save the fact that... Well, I think it... Well, actually, it saves the score here, but then you move on to the boss fight, so maybe there's no save there. You just play the boss fight, and, there's nothing to save after that, because everything that's measurable that you can accomplish is down here in Course 8, so that kind of makes sense now that you think about it. Yeah, I got second place on that one. Okay, so that's Kirby's Dream Course. I don't think I'm going to... This might be the last Let's Play for the year. I might start recording one and then just release it all in January, just because it's kind of the Christmas season, and you and I both probably have something better that we could be doing, but we'll see. Maybe I will still keep things... keep recording things. I'm not actually sure when this one's going to go up, so maybe it'll be a lot later into December than I'm thinking, because right now it's the 17th, so I'm thinking that's actually kind of a lot of time, but maybe this will even go past January, I don't know. I mean, if I looked at YouTube and which ones are currently scheduled, I could probably figure it out, but I don't feel like doing that now, because it's probably dragging on too long as it is. So, we might be able to get back to something that we started earlier. We'll see. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. See you in the next one, whenever that can be.